The House enjoying a tax reform victory. Republicans passing their plan despite 13 GOP defectors. But there are still some big hurdles and big questions as we wait for the Senate to vote on its version of the bill. Here now, North Carolina Congressman Robert Pittenger. He is on the House Committee on Financial Services and voted in favor of the House tax plan. So, Congressman, right off the bat, why did you vote yes?
Phil, good afternoon to you. Yes, ma'am, I voted yes because it's a great day for the American people. This is a jobs bill. This is going to help stimulate great job growth. I was out in my district today. I have a rural part of my district that they're really struggling, but they know that these tax cuts are going to help companies expand and grow, and they need jobs. We need jobs, and that's what it's going to do. You know, the left, the progressives, they say, well, it's a tax for the rich. Nonsense. This deploys more money back into the market, gives capital in the market for companies to expand, and the companies that I work with in my district, they're excited about doing that.
Right, and that's great that if the companies in your district are excited if they get the tax cuts, then they're going to, bring more people to work for the company. But I happened to be watching Neil Cavuto the other day, and he was bringing up the point that, of course, those companies, should they get those, when they get those tax cuts, should this all pass, it's their prerogative to either, hire more people or not, and it hasn't always worked in the past. So how do we know that it's definitely going to be a jobs producer?
Well, historically, this is what we've seen. 1980, when Reagan came to office, he lowered the threshold for our taxes and regulations, and the economy took off. But within a year or so, we were creating 300,000 jobs a month, and 400,000 jobs a month, then 500,000 jobs a month. Reagan had a 4% economic growth. The last 8 years, we've been lagging under 2%, the worst economy, of course, since World War II. And what we'll see as a result, I believe, will be patterned much like what we did in the Reagan years.
Okay, and one of the other sticking points, Congressman, as you well know, and it's pointed out in an article in The Hill, currently taxpayers can deduct their state and local property taxes, as well as either their income or sales taxes. And your bill would take away the income and sales tax deductions and then put a cap on the property tax deduction at $10,000. But you've got the Republicans who voted against your bill. They were from these high tax states like New York, New Jersey, California, and these states, as you know, would be hard hit by taking away that benefit. And you've got the fellow North Carolina Republican Congressman there, Walter Jones. I thought this was interesting. He also voted against the bill because he is saying that it's going to add $1.4 trillion to the national debt over 10 years, which is what the House bill will do. What is your reaction to that? He's right there in your neck of the woods.
I know Walter well, a good guy. I'm on the whip team. He's on my whip card, and I get to talk to Walter all the time. Walter is one who is inclined to vote no on most everything, but I think Walter sees a static condition. He does understand growth and the impact and the result of job creation, and frankly, every 1% increase, Arthel, in our GDP, you'll add $3 trillion revenue to the federal coffers. So there's a direct impact there. As for the other folks in these high-tax states, this bill is about equity. We have had hundreds and hundreds of attorneys from K Street, the swamp, coming after us on this bill.
Well,
but we want fairness, and that's part of the fairness, is making sure that low-tax states are not subsidizing high-tax states.
I'm just told, Congressman, that I have to go. I had 3 more questions for you, but I'm going to have to call you back another time. Will you come back and talk to us more?
Yes, ma'am. The Horns had a good day today.
You can't see me, but I'm throwing up the sign. Good to see you, Congressman. Take care.
Good to see you, too.
Take care.
Bye-bye. That's one of those, one of those football analogies. Meanwhile, we have more questions. We will have Lee Zeldin, the Republican from New York, Long Island, who voted against the tax proposal. He will tell us all about the state and local taxes and how most taxpayers, many of them around the country, a majority of taxpayers, they say, actually do take that. Stay with us.